Now I had this weird thought about what if, you have the prime and omega balance of create the creator, which is man and woman, but yet neither. And what if, the Inuyaki, the ones that helped us build the pyramid, um, and Odin and Ra, um, where think about them like the nine realms, nine other galaxies, um, and what if they were just another form of life that God, the creator, you know, a prime and omega, another galaxy, another planet Earth, that they created another life form that, because the atmosphere, because of this, because of that, they were different, you know, just like, what if their blood was gold, like the color, not actually gold, but it was thicker. What if, certain races actually had a longer, lifespan? Their body didn't break down as fast as ours does. Um, that they were taller, 8, 9, 10, 12, 20 feet tall. And they didn't have to deal with the deformities that we have to deal with. Like, when humans are 9 feet tall, they have to deal with a lot of bone problems. Because we're not designed, you know. And I think that goes along with that Hollywood aspects, when, if Nephilims, if angels got women pregnant, because it was always the males that got, females pregnant. The male angels that got humans pregnant, and typically the mom didn't survive, you know. So it's like that aspects, and because I mean, when it comes down to that, when I was thinking about aliens, I always thought of the aliens just being like a Kryptonian, just a different, different forms, coming to this planet, the atmosphere and the sun would change, the abilities and potency and other stuff with the Kryptonian. But I don't know. I just had this weird thought about, besides that, the Inuyakis that we thought were aliens and some thought were angels, depending on what culture and region and religion you go to talk to. Um, they were just another life form out there. A little bit like us, a lot different. Um, Somewhere in the middle. Like what if they were just another form of life? What if Odin and Thor, Ra, Lilith, what if all these mythical creatures and gods and goddesses and demigods and devils and demons, what if they were just another form of life that Prime and Omega created? Um, and they came to, travel the stars between space and time, be able to move the heavens in order to travel through space to get to us. And they were the ones that came to teach us about the old ways, whether it's magic or science or technology, witchcraft, religion. They're the ones that taught us about this. I think, I think, I think man came to make religion and use it to shape its own view on everything. Because that's what basically the Bible is. Evolution, the Big Bang. God created the heaven and the earth. Um, So I mean, I just think religion was basically written by man. Is there truth in it? Yeah. Um, but there's also a lot of stuff that's very hypocritical and backwards and two-sided and double-edged and shit that just doesn't, I don't know, fit. Um, Bible sounds like a really poorly written description of an acid trip. But I don't know. I just always thought like, man, I think maybe at one time the human race or life could have maybe, I don't know if we'll ever reach, prime and omegas, um, understanding, um, of everything of the universe. But I do think we can ascend high enough to be equals in a understanding of our roles. We understand that we'll never be intelligent and awaken and understand the grasp of everything like, the creator, the prime and omega. But I do think we can, I don't think we'll ever be able to make, planets, um, or, other realms. I don't, but then again, with time, a lot of time, I think we've done incredible things. So if we just give ourselves if we're able to, form immortality, reincarnation. Because technically, growing another body and then download your soul or consciousness into that new body is, in all technicality, reincarnation. So if you just grow a new body, make it how you want it to look, change it, make it different gender, and then download your soul into it. It's reincarnation right there. Um, I don't know. Maybe a lot of like thinking. I guess this will be. I mean, I'm good. Good stuff. Um, a good part, a good time to me, like, because with that being the prime and omega, um, I truly do believe that. I think, that, and then Homo sapiens and how we've come to learn about our history is pretty much like altered, forgotten, lost remnants of our past that we came to piece together very poorly, and shaped our world and reality that we know of today and use to shape our way in this modern age. I don't think we've touched the surface. We barely touched the surface of how the human race, um, came to be. Um, I think the way that I describe it sounds a lot very fantasy sci-fi with a little bit of religion. But religion, magic, science, however you want to take it, put it all together and roll in one. Because I do think if souls are us, our true selves, then that would be energy, and energy doesn't have a form or shape or being. it has a pulse. It has a spark. It has a frequency. Um, it has a temperature or lack of temperature, but it doesn't have shape and form and being. And in that, that would mean that we, as life, began in death. We began in the astral realm. Now my version of the astral realm is a lot different than heaven and hell and this and all that. Because I believe that every planet out there that has the sign of creation, which is bacteria, um, or has the potential of it, or has a possibly was once, the bearer of life. I think it has a an astral, a connection to the astral plane, a very bridge and connection to the astral realm. Every planet that had creation or could have had creation has an astral plane, the very soul of the planet. um, and I feel like we were twirling around on the astral realm, and by some cosmic energy, we came to like like a sperm. We came to swirl and spin, and as we came to leave the astral realm and astral plane, we came to swim to the through the Trinity Gate, and I believe we came to be born from the earth. Um, I think the first life was born from the earth. We became, all over the planet. I don't think we just came from Africa, the cradle of life. No, I think humans came to just pop up from the ground in some aspects. I think it was a little more interesting than just us growing from the ground. But maybe that was it. But I think over time, hundreds upon hundreds, hundred thousands upon hundred thousands. Don't exactly know how many the number was. In the beginning where all life began, but we came to wander after we came to be born from the earth, and we came to wander around and came to come to learn about touch, feeling, understanding, knowledge, wisdom, connection, compassion. But we also came to learn about destruction, death. Because I think the very first humans, I think they were able to live for a very long time. They weren't fully immortal. They had their normal lifespans, or I think I don't know if it's gonna be it was 1,000 years, or I think maybe at least 1,000 years. Humans maybe were able to live naturally, um, but we ended up dying anyway. We ended up dying. We just aged slowly, and I think throughout you know time we came to wander, grow, um, and live in a very advanced, in touch with the planet and the frequency that it gave off. And I do think we had, in touch with very spiritual, unnatural gifts. We were able to, I think, communicate with the animals a lot more. Um, had a balance between them. I think there was balance on this planet one time. Harmony, tranquility. Um, we respected animals. I mean, yes, we ate. I think we ate them, but we took care of them, loved them. You know, but they were food, and they knew that. They lived life, and we respected them and gave them back to the earth. Um, Never killed the young. We didn't kill them as they were young, middle age or old. I think. Um, so they had a time to live. They were not mistreated. They were not tasered. They weren't fed crappy food. Um, we thanked them for what they gave us. Um, and I think we lived a very peaceful life until darkness, destruction, greed, chaos, decay, revenge, envy came to be known to us and came to create the first crime, violence, anger, betrayal, and things came to be known to us that I don't think we should have been told, or maybe shouldn't have been told at the time that we were told. And it came to cause conflict. And I think beings that were higher than us came to know about what was going on, what was truly going on this planet, and call them angelic, call them divine creatures, seers, scribes, mythical creatures. I mean, however you want to look at it. But I think they came to know, and I think that's when it came to be like too much, like there was nothing to do but this. I think that's when they cast that giant storm, and it could have been the meteor that crash landed on the planet and killed the dinosaurs, or something else. Maybe that meteor didn't just kill the dinosaurs, but at one time, a storm came to wash away everything that I think we built and we came to know, um, and then left ash and destruction, washing away a lot of our past, leaving only fragments for us to learn and grow from the Neanderthals that came to be. Had to start all over, cursed with the hind brain that we had to evolve and adapt, relearn everything that we once. I mean, we were intelligent, empathy, empath creatures that we didn't need to talk to speak or understand. But now came to lost a lot of our past, and we built this confused clusterfuck society that is so broken between multiple religions and views and opinions, and I'm right, you're wrong. We should evolve this way. No, not this way. This is bad. This is good. This is both. Came to lose our way, but I think definitely think there's a spiritual, scientifically divine battle going on that most people see the physical, but not really the underlying foundation of where it all started and where it all's going. And things have got really fucked up. We're not in touch with the planet as we used to be. We're not in touch with each other. Um, that's another thing. I mean, I think throughout time, yeah, there was many forms of man in the very beginning. Um, I don't know if there's depending on how the land looked. But I think we look pretty much the same. There wasn't all this divided between race. I don't think there was really much. I think there was I think the human race was a good mixture of all the races into one at one time, and I think we came to just scatter and change into something new. Came to lose our way, getting lost in my thoughts. I don't even know where I was going, but I don't even know what I started this video about, but I don't know. I think now we're just lost. Oh, yeah, the DF, Odin, and Ra, and all those were just another form of life, It's because, like, if you actually think about it, like, I mean, look at this space. Look how big it is. Look how big this planet is. Like, to not believe in anything, I think is foolish. To believe that this is all an accident, that there's nothing afterwards, is very dark, very foolish, and it just doesn't. Maybe it's just me that I just really hope that that's not true, and maybe that's why I think this crazy view on everything. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I found out that nothing happens afterwards, I think I'd just scream and probably rip the fabric time. If I found out that all of this was for no reason. And when I died, just blink, nothing. The whole aspects of a soul and a consciousness and afterlife. Only to find out that none of those are real. It's like Deadpool finding out, that his whole world's a comic book, and then letting Professor X read his mind and find out all the secrets and that Deadpool knew, and ends up frying Professor X's brain to come to a realization that his whole world doesn't matter. It's just a fucking comic book that some 14-year-old has in his room. Even the Matrix would be better to unplug and find out that you're a human battery. So I think that's part of the reasons why we've lost so much faith in ourselves. I mean, the ability to actually think about, like, that woman. I don't remember when it was, but it was back in the day, like that lifted a car off of her kid. I mean, I just think if there's, like, stories about these incredible feats that people have done, why can't we reach for more, unlock more doors? Why is this our max level, the reach? That there's no other, like, we can't grow and evolve and, you know, become more than what we are now. In a light way, in a good way, not Frankenstein or sell your soul way, but in a very balanced, or even light way, But but just to see the space, I mean, and on top of that, who knows if what they're telling about us about space is even real? I mean, get up there and look at the Earth and find out that it's not circle or flat and it's a triangle. I mean, my whole aspects on space that even goes even deep because I mean to be able to travel through space, we'd have to be able to like space is like really thick jello. So it's like that's why our ship goes really slow because it's going through it. You know, like really thick water. But it's really thick jello. So we need to find a way to warp the space around it, make a tunnel, so we can just slide like a bobsled down through it. And also maybe control the gravity in our ship. I feel the things, but I don't quite know the name of, but so that we can, because you either have to go into stasis and travel through that, or find a way to shape it in a tunnel so you can go through like a bobsled. So we can get to things faster than years. I mean, just traveling, I mean, like, to a black hole and being around it, time slows down for you. So we would need to find a way to be able to control time and space up in the galaxy. And not even that, but just also deal with energies. And I mean, if you think about like going in like under the water or in the sky, then you know you have hurricanes and tsunamis and storms and lightning. So just times that by 1,000, and you would have stuff up there to deal with that we might not even have technology that would be able to protect us. So you need to find ways I can make a ship that besides be able to do all the other stuff, be able to fly like a spacecraft and and hopefully the movie somewhat, and be able to withstand the gravity of some planets out there because some planets might actually have more heavy and dense magnetic pull on the planets, and it's where they can pull in shit, faster. Like, what's that one beam from like Star Trek? Tractor beam, like where it beams you in, um, or to be able to withstand, the heat of some stars out there that are 1,000 times, 300,000 times bigger than our sun. And then we have to worry about like like who's gonna be the first ship to travel into a black hole, or has there already been a person that's done it? Like our black holes, I mean, the doors that leap you into another section of the universe. How far away from our universe? Is there a way to read the black holes? Maybe it's a flipping channel. Maybe if you like learn the pattern of it, it will tell you what sector, or can is there a way you can control it to warp you to a different sector, of the galaxy? Or does it take you somewhere completely fucking off the wall into the abyss, the blackness, the space that we haven't really, explored? The end of the universe. Um, and, on top of all this, on top of all this thoughts, if you made it this far, on top of this, then you got to think about if we have or haven't interacted with other life out there. So that means we've either been interacting with them for 5 to 500 years, and they haven't told us, okay? Or they haven't interacted with them at all, and then we find out that we are the poor ones in this big vast society called the universe, and our government has no power up there. None. Like, we are the minority. We are the poor, one are part of the poor aliens up there. Or even the poorest. Because, I mean, like, if they're able to travel space, then they're a whole lot more advanced than we are. And they've had, 100,000 to 1,000,000 to 5 billion to 3 trillion years of not dealing with us, not having to listen to us bicker, not having to really worry about us as a threat, or being high enough in the intellectual level of high sentient beings. Like, would any other races be out there willing to vouch for us? Um, give them a chance, or would we have fucked up so much that aliens, once they find out that we're able to travel, they say, "Oh, hell no, 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 get down there and handle this problem right now." Like, they are not allowed to leave their planet. Like, have we been quarantined, and just not known about it, that we're not technically allowed to leave space or leave the planet? Like, are we only allowed to leave our galaxy? Are we only allowed to leave so far before the other aliens say, "Hey, well, they didn't anybody tell them they're not allowed to leave after what they did, 5 billion years ago? Does nobody tell them what they did? Like, maybe we started this fucking big problem up there, and maybe we're ungrounded. We're grounded. I mean, hey, these are my thoughts. This is my mind. I mean, these are all like very. I mean, I know a lot very humorous, haha, jokey, jokey, whatever, but they're not like completely off the wall thoughts. Um, and on top of that, maybe we, have been involved in the galactic front for a few centuries and never was told, and there's been aliens walking among us this whole time, like Men in Black, and we were deemed to be unable to handle it as a whole. And it's not worth their time to find the individual people out there that can handle it. They don't care that much. Um, so, I don't know. I'll just leave it at that. Call it a day. Take it easy, guys.